Good morning, everyone. I'm Martinez. My name is Itzell, and today it's Favorites Friday. So, if you watched my last video, we are doing favorite quotes and talking about how those quotes were relevant in my life. So, today's quote is: "The brave may not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all." And I'm not sure who said it first because two people pop up: Meg Cabot and Richard Branson. So I don't know who said it first. I heard it on the Princess Diaries, and it always stuck with me. You know, the cautious don't live at all. So just have faith, hold your breath, be brave. So let's talk about moments in my life, or a moment, I'm not sure, where I was brave. So for me, I wanted to start Facebook groups. So many people told me I couldn't do it, didn't know what I was doing, and all these other things. But I kept it going. I was like, I'll figure it out. So, in the group I'm talking about specifically, it was not my first group. It was like, I think my third group. And I wanted a group that people could come, not be judged, ask for help, and get like resources, like pointed in the right direction, get suggestions, whatever. So when I got to about 700, it was, I already had it for a year, and I decided, pretty spur of the moment, that I wanted to help children get sponsored for Christmas. And so many people were like, yeah, you can't do this, and that's not gonna happen. My group grew by like 1,000 members by the time I was done. Yeah, that's a lot, from going from like 600 or 700 to like 1,700 in the span of like 2 months, because I started in the beginning of November. So don't let other people tell you what you can and cannot do and what you're capable of. We are not a nonprofit, not yet. Doesn't mean we're not going to be. It's just going to take time. And this year, it will be my 6th year doing this for families, and my 4th for the elderly. A few years after, I asked people, would you be like willing to, or like on board with getting gifts for the elderly? And some people get mad at my age limit. I just went by the legal retirement age, which is 65, to classify like elderly. I know some people consider 55 elderly. So I'm just like, I don't know. I look at my parents that are getting close to that mark, and to me, they don't look elderly. So I don't know. But for right now, it's still 65. And like, so many people like that part of it. They like helping the elderly people so much, even more than the children. And I don't know what the answer is for sure why, but my answer is that the parents get greedy. Like, some people like are asking for things like hoverboards and like those like extreme sports bikes that are like $400. Like, no. So, because of the greed, we change things over the years and we make it where it's something to read, something to wear, something you need, and something you want for the children, and $100 limit, like total. And if the sponsor wants to spend more or less, that's up to them. So some do the bare minimum and some go above and beyond. It just depends. And I added recently, that you can get things like for the parents. That's always been like a thing, but now it's just like, let me just ask them if they want anything, and then I don't add that to what I call my Christmas list. I just put a little note that, if you would like to get the parents anything, to talk to the person that's in charge of the gifts for the parents. So yeah, it's a lot of work. Like, I start everything in October. That's when we start accepting nominations, and I let people know things are coming up in September, because people try to do the woe is me, I didn't know this was happening and I missed the deadline, and all this like sad stories to try to get me to bend the rules. And I'm like, no, you've been a member for 3 years. Like, this is what it is. It's not new. Come on now, it's gonna be the 6th year. Like, you really want me to think that you didn't know? And I say all the time, all the stuff you need to know is in the group's announcements / featured section on Facebook. So it's right there in front of your eyes. So you don't see it because you don't want to look for it. But yeah, no exceptions. Like, people have 2 weeks to get everything in, and then they'll like try to get everything in the day it's due. And I'm just like, you had so long, why procrastinate? But yeah, it is what it is. Just keep dealing with it, because I love to do this, and sometimes I wonder, what would it be like if I wasn't brave? If I didn't do it? I don't know. I feel like, people would still get help in the ways that they can, other groups, or like, different organizations that help for Christmas. But so many people have told me that they like the way I run things, and I also put a limit on how often people can be on our Christmas list, and it's once every 3 years. And I made it that way because people wanted to be on the list repeatedly every year, and it's just like, it's not fair to the other people that hit hard times and need help, because my list, we do it where it's by nomination. Like, let's say my family needed help, so my girl's grandmother, my best friend, somebody would nominate my children, and it's somebody that knows you well enough to know their sizes, what they like, and all this different things. And we do it this way because it just makes it harder for people to take advantage. And there's so many people that are like, I don't have anybody. So it's like, all right, I let people know, if you need to pair up with somebody, let me know and I'll find you somebody. And for the most part, I do. But the hard part is dealing with the people that just want help for free with doing nothing. They will give the people the information to help themselves, but they won't help the other person, and that's not okay. So more often than not, the people that are like selfish don't get on the list, because like, people want to work with somebody, like, to help each other, not just me help you and you leave me there like hanging. Another moment in my life where I was brave. It's definitely starting my channel because it's scary, you know, putting yourself out there and not knowing what's going to happen. So it was very hard for me, but it's something I really wanted to do and just sink or swim. And I'm happy that I didn't because I've made friends and connected with people and got to know people better, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to make friends. I was hoping, you know, people nearby, but just because you're not close by doesn't mean you can't be good friends with people. So, don't forget to tell me in the comments a moment in your life where you were brave. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you liked the video.